Welcome back to my channel, ASL Rochelle. Now, I'm gonna start out by saying I'm going to get some major backlash for saying this, but it has to be said. It has to be said, okay? So, first off, let me ask you a question. What is the biggest advice you've heard when it comes to learning ASL? Go to a deaf event. Practice with real deaf people. Well, I don't believe there's fake deaf people, but you know what I mean? But basically it's like, if you want to learn ASL, you've got to go to a deaf event. Okay, so when I see this, I seriously want to scratch my eyes out. Now, before you cancel me, please let me explain, okay? And then we'll chat about it, okay? But you have to promise to be open-minded, take in what I'm saying, process it, and then respond, okay? Now, I'm just gonna say I have spoken to about a handful of my deaf friends and a couple of interpreter friends about this, and they agree, and they're like, more people should be saying this. So I'm just giving myself some clout. Is that the right way to say that? But one more reason to listen to me, okay? So let me explain why the strategy of go to a deaf event to learn sign language is a bad one, okay? It's a terrible idea, all right? So first, number one, deaf events are hard to find. Do you know how many messages and emails I get? I know you don't, but do you know how many I get asking me, where is a deaf event? How do I find a deaf event? I can't find any. There aren't any in my area. They're not easy to find. You go online, where are they? You can find a handful, like, oh, that was from like 2005, 2010. No, nobody meets there anymore. So frustrating, right? Okay. Practice partners are hard to find. So whether they're deaf, hard of hearing, or hearing, finding somebody to practice with is hard to find. You're like, oh, I finally found a practice partner, and they don't show up. They don't respond. They don't answer the phone. They don't text back. They ghost you. It's like worse than being on Tinder. I don't know. That's just what I've heard on TikTok, but whatever. Okay. When you finally find an event, the people there may not be interested in helping you out. Yeah. Okay. Stick with me. Now, I'm not saying they don't want to help you, they don't like you, get out. I'm not saying that. I am saying that you need to think. Just pause for a second. Pause. What is the intent of a deaf event? What is the whole purpose of it? It's for the people in the deaf community, deaf, hard of hearing, CODAs, hearies that are involved in the deaf community, interpreters, to get together and connect, to have fun, to build friendships, to date even, to bring children together, to have conferences, get education, learn new things about resources in their community, to connect, to socialize, to have fun. So in walks you with your backpack on. I'm assuming you're wearing a backpack, because why else what else would you wear? But you're walking in and you're like, teach me, teach me, teach me. And they're like, I'm here to talk to my friend. I don't want to talk to you. I'm here at the poetry night. I want to watch the poetry. I want to learn about the new VRS systems or the new technology that's going to help us or whatever. They don't want to, it may not just be an appropriate time, or they just not interested, right? And if you really stop and think about it, that's pretty selfish and rude to just walk in and assume people are going to stop what they're doing to help you, to serve you, to teach you. You know what I'm saying? And I have heard, I've been told by deaf friends that when the hearing people come, whether it be to attend their church events or their meetings, they kind of feel like they're fish in a fishbowl. Like they're just animals in a zoo to be observed and like, wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. Rather than real connection. So it really is serving to alienate and distance rather than bring together, which I know is your intent and purpose to begin with, right? Now, so it's unfair to expect them to stop what they're doing and teach when they want to be socializing. Are you paying them or are you just taking advantage of their free services, right? You need to be respectful and honorable of that person as an individual, right? If I just walked into the doctor's office and like, teach me, how about you go to medical school? Or how about you pay me to be, an apprentice, or, how about you pay me and I'll let you be my apprentice or something. I don't think that's how apprenticeships work. Now, another thing, inconsistent. How often are those events? How often are those events going to be friendly to that atmosphere? Is it poetry night? Is it education night? Is it socializing? Are we bowling? Is it a tournament? Is it a coffee sipping sign kind of a thing going on? Is it conducive to learning? How often is it happening? Hello, COVID, as of right now, October 2020, people are still not getting together to socialize. I literally don't know if I have friends once COVID's over. I haven't seen them since March. I don't know if they're still alive or there, right? So I'm just saying, they may not be happening. And if they're there, they may not be there every time. They have lives, they have things going on, or they may not be interested, or they may be like, oh my gosh, Jennifer's gonna be there. I'm skipping this month, right? Okay. Now, on top of that, there may be other physical, mental, and emotional challenges and hurdles. They may be really far away. You may not have transportation. You may have to work or go to school at the time that they're doing that. You may have children. You may be tired. You may have other commitments. Health issues. What else is there? Social anxiety, depression, extreme shyness, or any shyness. Believe it or not, I'm shy in real life until I get to know you, and then I'm insane. And then you're like, I can't shake her, get rid of me. I'm just kidding. Kind of, I hope. Anyway, so, that's not an exhaustive list, but there are other reasons why somebody can't get there and why it's not really fair or to say that's you want to learn sign language, that's the way, and sucks to be you, I guess you can't learn. And again, one of the bigger things is really there's not like a plan. It's not like deaf people or hard of hearing people, those people in the deaf community walk around with a curriculum in their pocket and going, well, Jennifer's on level 2, John is on level 1, lesson 6, and Marsha's on lesson 7, and gosh, Cody really needs to work on his grammar, man. What? They're not walking around with a curriculum. They're not walking around with a plan. So it's just this haphazard, piecemeal learning, okay? And the biggest issue is that you are giving away your power. You're waiting and depending on others to get you where you want to be. It's like saying, I can't eat for you, right? No one can eat for you. You're hungry, you need to eat for yourself. You have to put the food in your mouth and eat it, right? So it's kind of like saying, well, I'm hungry, I need to eat, but you need to make me dinner. I can't eat until you make me dinner. Okay? You're going to be waiting forever. You're going to be waiting forever. You want to be an interpreter. You want to work in the deaf community. You want to learn sign language for XYZ amazing reasons. You're going to be waiting forever if you're waiting on somebody else. They got life to live. They got things to do. You want to do it? It's up to you. If it is to be, it is up to me, right? It's up to you. All right. So now, those are all the reasons why relying on a deaf event to teach you sign language is a terrible strategy. Now let's talk about how do you use a deaf event in a good way? Because, oh my gosh, intermingling with the deaf community is fantastic. Perfect. Wonderful. Do it. Do it the right way. Number 1, this is the most important thing. Go there to make friends and have fun. Go there to connect with other human beings. You're not going there for what's in it for me, what's in it for me. Your intent is to just go there and connect, build relationships, make relationships, meet new people, enjoy yourself. That's it. That's it. Okay, now number 2, you can use the events and time with your new friends and acquaintances to refine and to tune up your learning. So you can use it to add anything to it, make it better. Just do little tune-ups and checkups and refinements and get used to conversations, okay? But that's secondary. And you can use this time, third, to learn new vocabulary, learn regional signs, learn fun things that you're never gonna find in a dictionary, or the newest signs. You can learn about the amazing deaf culture and the deaf community. You can learn about them and their lives. Those are all the best reasons to go to a deaf event anyway, right? Connect. So I recommend that you do this after you have a working knowledge of sign language. I recommend at least a level 1. Now, this is not like a hard and fast rule, but I recommend you have something. This is going to give you a good foundation to walk into. It's going to give you confidence. You're going to have a lot less panic and anxiety over your abilities and your knowledge. You're not going to be like, You're going to be able to do something. You don't want to go there and be like, just stand there, deer in the headlights, panicking, frozen. You want to go there and enjoy it, not just come out with stress sweats. Oh my gosh, those are the worst. I might be the only one that has those. I'll be just soaked from the stress and anxiety of a social situation. Okay. Plus, the bonus is they're going to be a lot friendlier to you if they see that you've put forth effort without expecting them to do it for you. I'm going to be honest here. There are a lot of people within the deaf community that have been treated poorly from those in the hearing community and taken advantage of or mistreated or disrespected consistently. And there are a lot of people that are resentful towards the hearing community. So when hearing people come into their community, you're coming into their space, their safe space, their home. You have got to be respectful and kind-hearted. You are kind-hearted. You are respectful. I know you are. I know so many people are so afraid of offending, or so afraid of hurting feelings and miscommunicating. And it just shows how good of hearts they have and what good intentions they have. So if you go in, you not have to be perfect. I just said level 1. And even it doesn't have to be a perfect level 1, right? I promise. But if you go in there with a foundation, it shows that you respect them enough to put forth effort. Use your time to connect with them, to honor them, to respect them, to learn about their language, their culture, their community, and then to reach out and treat them as fellow human beings on this planet. All right? So bottom line, go to deaf events after you have a basic knowledge. Use it as a way to communicate and improve and connect. Most importantly, connect, but it's not your educational plan. Okay? So in my upcoming live class, it's free. It's on October 15th, 2020. I go into how this mistake can truly impact your learning and how to specifically correct it so that you can go out into the wilds and be free to sign to anyone that happens upon your path, aka take you from where you are to being conversational, all right, without that freezy, panicking feeling and action, right? So register for that. It's free, and super important, it is going to be live captioned. So while I'm speaking live, it will be captioned live. I'm repeating myself. So that's super awesome for my deaf and hard of hearing friends that you can attend and won't miss anything. So the link is here and it's also in the description box below. So sign up there. I will see you there. And if you happen to see this video after October 15th, don't worry, I have a replay for you that you can go to that same link below and you can catch the replay. So it's never too late for you, my friend. All right, now go be free and sign.